I love it. Good to see you guys here. Sam is going to be popping on shortly. She's got a value pack training for us. I was just practicing with her. Me and Michael were hearing her presentation. Some good stuff coming. But yeah, glad to have you guys all on here. Thanks for waiting. A lot of you guys came early. I thought there's like 40 of you guys that came here early. So that's beautiful. This is our second official Social Gem Masterclass. So we're going to be holding these every single Tuesday. And hopefully you guys get to learn every Tuesday and be a part of this family, this community. So yeah, super excited to be starting this up. 600 members, we just hit that. We're at 602. Yeah, it's amazing. I had no clue you guys would love it this much. 600 members, and we're still growing. It's been less than 2 weeks, which is awesome. Yeah, let's get some introductions in the chat. What's up, guys? Cool. So yeah, I just wanted to go over something real quick before we get started. So I've been having a lot of questions asked about the paid subscriptions and what you could get from them. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys. So you guys might have seen, Mike, can you see my screen by the way? Is it working?
No, you can. Let me see.
Might have clicked the wrong thing.
Yeah, you did the wrong thing. Try it again. There you go.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, there you go.
Glad to see everyone's excited. Yeah, so the subscriptions. So beginners, we're gonna have Sapphire for the intermediates, so people that are, already landing deals that are like, not making as much money as they'd want to be, but that they're doing good, with UGC. And then Diamond for the experts, the guys that make good money already with UGC, but just want to further their brand even more. So yeah, right now we just launched Ruby. It's the $50 subscription. Right now what we're doing for anyone that joins, every single day we're gonna have some of our top creators in there. Christian that has gotten over 1 billion views with a B for us. He's gonna be doing coaching calls in there, just helping you with strategy, content. We're gonna be having Sam in some of them, helping you guys out with just anything you need. Judd, he's our in-house strategist. He's built his brand from $0 to $1 million, all using organic UGC content that he made on his own. So we're gonna have a lot of cool UGC vets in there every single day, just coaching you guys. So since it's the start, we want to make sure we give you guys like so much attention and so much love, just because you guys are showing us the love. So yes, that's Ruby for you. We just launched it. There's gonna be so much in there. We're going to be doing the coaching calls, Q&As, networking sessions with all the Ruby paid members. So that's a great way if you're, starting out in UGC, you haven't closed your first client, or you want to close your first client, you don't know exactly how to do your portfolio. We'll audit your accounts, your portfolio, we'll audit your content. And yeah, you're going to get access to all these channels. So portfolio building, we're going to give you like templates to build your portfolios. Emailing brands, we're literally just going to give you templates and help you email brands. Calendar setup will help you like set up your calendar, make sure it's set up well so you can have people book calls with you, have a bunch of sales calls with all these big brands. Yeah, helping you with closing clients. Have a little bit more in there. I know, yes, last Tuesday I did a whole training on that. Yeah, but just everything. TikTok shop strategies as well, just how to sell on TikTok shop, how to make money with TikTok shop. I know it's like a really big opportunity for a lot of you guys right now. And yeah, there's just so much to learn from here. Like if you're starting out as a UGC creators, you're trying to get those first couple of deals, you're trying to get those retainer deals. It's definitely the best plan. And you're just gonna get to meet really cool people, get cool trainings every day. And yeah, and also Social Gem has this like huge opportunity going on right now with this other marketing firm. I can't disclose their name, but they're really big, based out of Miami, and we're working on a partnership where these guys do paid ads, but they have like hundreds and hundreds of clients, and they want to use us for UGC. And since we have this platform, since we have the Discord, we'll be able to get you guys lots and lots of UGC deals through them. So yeah, we'd be really excited to make sure that you guys get to eat a piece of the pie as well, and that we could give you guys opportunities. And a lot of these guys, like Adrienne, Sam, Christian, like a lot of the OG social gem creators that are part of like the social gem family. These guys, they know that like you take on one deal, we end up kind of investing in you, we train you, we have a lot of like in-house meetings, and we'll give you more and more opportunities the better you perform. So yeah, it's a great opportunity there. So keep in mind, Ruby, we're going to be giving and looking over the portfolios of those who sign up first. You guys are going to get first opportunities for investing in yourself, for learning and wanting to be better. And then we are going to kick off Sapphire and Diamond a little later on. I'm thinking about next week. We'll have Sapphire up, and then Diamond. That's the Sapphire is $80 a month, but you are getting a whole lot from this. You're getting one-on-one coaching calls. You're going to get a lot of value. And then Diamond is the $100 a month version. That is only for the experts that are already making a lot of money from UGC. $100 is a lot. So we want to make sure you guys are, taken care of, and that we can fully help you make even more money. And yeah, make sure that when you buy or when you purchase this in the server shop, I know I had a lot of people last week asking me this question. I'm not sure what's showing up blurry, but when you buy on the server shop, do not buy it from your iPhone if you're on iOS. Don't buy it straight up on your iPhone. Go on either your computer or a browser, because Apple takes 30%. So, it's not like that even goes to us or back to you guys or anything. So Apple will take 30%. So I think the $50 option is like 66. So yeah, I guess try to buy it on the browser if you're gonna do it. And if you have any questions, I'm pretty sure we have like a support system as well, so you guys could just ask questions. You're welcome to DM me, and I'll make sure your questions are answered. Yeah, I hope that recapped all of it pretty good. But yeah, pretty much coaching calls every single day this week for the next 7 days, not on Mondays, and I mean, not on Saturdays and Sundays, but every single day of the week we'll be in there to help you guys out for any paying member. Hey Sam, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to have you on here. For those that don't know, Sam has been one of our social gem creators for about 9 months now. We've given her a lot of clients, and yeah, she's awesome. She always brings such good positive energy to the meetings. And yeah, I'm excited to hear your training tonight.
I appreciate it. I was so excited to see who else. I can see all your little faces in here. I'm like, who's gonna come to the masterclass today? I think it's gonna be a good one. I know a lot of you guys have been hit my DMs and asking me questions about personal branding. So hopefully this clears the air. Clears the air. Did you have anything else that you wanted to say, Elliot, before I steal the show?
I think we're good. Yeah, I just went into anything. Text me if you guys have any questions, and you have the floor, Sam.
Awesome, thank you. First of all, I appreciate you guys for coming. I know it's like a little late for some of you guys. I'm like, oh, it's like 6 p.m. here. But thanks for joining, guys. Hopefully you guys had a good Tuesday. I'm gonna share my. Oh, I think that you might have to give me sharing accessibility. Oh,
Here, I think I was still streaming.
okay.
You should be good now.
Okay,
Let
there
me
we
know
go.
if that works.
It did. Cool.
Sweet. Wow, 80 people in here. That's amazing.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I could see your screen.
Cool, cool. So, if I do, I'm sorry, like, I want to move you guys out of the way. Give me a second, guys. If you guys are on my lives on like Tuesdays and Thursdays, oh, Tuesdays and Thursdays, then you would know that I don't usually have like a whole little training that goes with it. So you guys are getting a little extra today.
Sam, before you start, do you want to kind of like introduce yourself and kind of some of your accomplishments, how long you've been doing UGC for?
Sure. So, um, I'm Sam. I am. now a full-time UGC creator. I can hear echoes on your side, right, Elliot? Okay, so I'm a full-time UGC creator. I started UGC back in January 2023, and just like you guys, I'm sure you guys like heard about UGC probably on like TikTok. I heard about it through TikTok, and it popped up on my For You page probably in December of 2022, and I wasn't right sure about it. It like immediately piqued my interest because I love content creation. I had, started a YouTube channel like when I had moved to Texas and didn't have any family or anything. And so like I dabbled a little bit, but ultimately I was like, will never be an influencer. I like just didn't see the opportunity for me. So I was like, okay, I know I have passion for creating content. People are saying you can make money without being an influencer. Let's try it and let's see. Because again, it's kind of like one of those things you just have to try and see. And we all see like the MLMs and everything else going on. So for you guys who are here, you guys know UGC is very real. It is very real. And I started January 2023 as a nanny. I was nannying full time, 40 hours a week. I live in Southern California. It's really expensive to live out here. And even though I was working 40 hours a week and making the most money I had ever made in my life, I still felt like I had no money. Like all of my money was going to bills. All of it was going to rent, to my car note, to $15,000 of credit card debt that I was just stuck in. There was no way for me to get out of it, no way to save money. I was doing Instacart on the side. I was actually really excited about Instacart because I was able to do like, I had to do 8 extra hours, but I was able to make an extra $100 a week by doing that. Um, and so basically I started UGC because I was like, okay, if there's money making opportunity, then maybe I can like get rid of Instacart and I don't have to do Instacart anymore. Well, 4 months later, I was able to quit my 9 to 5 job because I'm somebody who's like, I can see the opportunity in something and I want to be really good at something as soon as I start pursuing it. And I still know that I have so much to learn about UGC and so much to practice. But I guess that goes to say that I was putting all my time and effort into UGC. So like I get asked all the time, how did you balance it? Thank you. I see you guys. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. It's hard to balance. It is a lot. Everybody wants their free time. Everybody wants to, chill and relax, hang out with friends, have a social life. But like my girlfriend would say, like, I have worked so hard from the beginning because I know, like, if I put in all this hard work now, let's see where it'll take me. And I've been able to quit my 9 to 5 job just 4 months in. I've been able to scale. I was able to scale to 5-figure months consistently by 7 months in. And a lot of this had to do with building my personal brand. Building my personal brand, and that's what we're going to cover today. The importance of building a personal brand, what that can look like for you, what a personal brand even is, and why it's important for UGC creators, because pretty sure some of you guys joined because you heard you did not have to post content. You did not have to be an influencer to make money, but it's going to really benefit you. So we will talk about that today. Just to give a little, I guess I'll just share a little bit more of my wins, because they have to do with this. They all came from my personal branding. But if you guys were following me a few months ago, I was flown out to New York. And I got a really dope opportunity to go like to the TikTok headquarters and just be a part of another really cool agency. And that opportunity came from me posting a video online and then finding my content. Some other opportunities I've gotten are like to work with what I would say are like really big name brands, like rugs.com or like Curology. Curology was a really big one for me because it was like a full circle moment. I used to use Curology. It really did help my skin. And they've come such a long way as a brand. They offer so many new products, but they reached out to me to pay me to work with me. And I was like, what? That's crazy. And I'm not even like a skincare creator, right? So it just goes to show, post your content. There's just a couple like personal brand wins, but um, let's dive into personal branding and what it can do for you guys and how you guys can leverage it. So, you can still see my screen, right? Yeah, okay. So, even as a beginner UGC creator, I started to realize how much time I was spending emailing brands. Okay, like, nope, I don't think anybody likes to send pitches. I don't think anybody likes to email brands. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. I liked to change my mindset about it while I was pitching to brands, and I was like, I get to pitch to brands. I get to like align myself, but honestly, it's a huge waste of time. It's very inefficient. You should still do it, and you should still be pumping out the numbers. Like, you should be sending out high volume of cold pitches and like outreach emails when you first start your UGC business, your UGC journey, because you probably have not started building a personal brand yet, and that's the only way brands are going to find you. If you're not posting content online and you're not making yourself visible, then you're going to have to reach out to brands for them to come across your work. So spend your like time in the beginning of your journey putting towards, sending these outreach emails, these cold pitches, but also start building your personal brand as soon as you can, because you're not going to want to spend all that time pitching anymore. And we'll go into why cold pitching or sending outbound emails to brands that you want to work with is essentially you reaching out to a brand to pitch to them your UGC services, but you don't know if the brand even knows who you are, if the brand even needs content, and if the brand wants to work with you. So by you reaching out to these brands, it's great if the brand replies. However, like, you already have so many odds against you, because again, it's a cold pitch. It's really a shot in the dark. So do these, send a lot of a lot of cold pitch emails in the beginning. However, when brands are reaching out to you and sending you inbounds versus you sending them outbounds, this is letting you know that they have a need for content. So that is like the main focus. I feel like it's really important for me to explain why outreach is like pitching to brands is such an inefficient use of your time. And it takes such a long time. I still do it now, every now and then, I will say that, but it's very strategic. It's very strategic when pitching. Okay. As a UGC coach, here are like top 3 questions I'm asked, I swear. Where do you find brands to work with? Where do you find brands that will actually pay for content? That's a really good question. And how do you turn gifted collaborations into paid collaborations? I think these are all like really common questions. I'm sure you guys all have these same questions. My answer for all of these is leveraging your personal brand. Leveraging your personal brand. Where do I find brands to work with? I've built my personal brand so that brands are finding me to work with me. Brands have a campaign, they have content that they need filled, and so they're looking for creators who they can see their products working with their content. They can see that person, sharing the information that they need to. They can see that creator connecting with their target audience. So that's how I find the brands to work with. I've very much put a lot of effort into building my personal brand, and that's why we're discussing it today, because it's going to be a lot easier if you have brands reaching out to you to work with you versus you going out and searching the thousands of brands who potentially need content or don't need content. How do you find brands that will actually pay you for your content? Well, again, I like to attract them. I like to attract them with my content. If brands are interested in you and reach out to you, that's already something to leverage, because it's one thing if you reach out to them, you're obviously interested in them. They're reaching out to you. There's interest there, and there's definitely ways that you can use that interest and leverage it to have brands pay you. But also, you have to demand for brands to pay you. If they just think they can get away with gifted, they're just going to keep offering gifted. And by building your personal brand and making sure it's strong, you can leverage that and make sure that you are known as an experienced creator. You have the content to show for it. And how do you turn gifted collaborations into paid collaborations? Your personal brand is going to help you do that. It's going to help you do that. Okay. So, as a content creator, you have the opportunity to develop a personal brand that reflects your values, your styles, and your niche or niches. Personal branding can lead to recognition, credibility, and increased opportunities for collaborations and partnerships. So again, I let you guys know that Curology found me and they reached out to me to work with me, which is super cool. I've heard so many amazing inbound opportunity stories. I actually would love to have you like share in the comments if you guys have had like some really cool inbounds, whether they were recent or just like something that you're super proud of. I would love for you guys to like share your inbounds, whether it was like an opportunity, whether it was like, you know, a brand reaching out saying, oh, like we really love this video, or we like the way that you like, what was your win? I want to hear it. Ooh, Symbiotica. Symbiotica is such a cool brand. And you ended up working with them, Abby? That is so, so cool. And I just feel like inbounds are covered. Black Girl Vitamins. Wait, guys, these are good. These are really good. CoverGirl and Sigma. Adrienne, that's so dope. Symbiotica. Oh, you're on a retainer with them? See? And did you get that retainer from posting your content? Like, is that how you secured it? Proof I had L'Oreal, Redken. You found a job through posting on, I love this, Bloom Nutrition, Geiger. See, this is amazing. Thank you. Thank you guys for sharing these. I love hearing the wins in the UGC community. And you guys wouldn't have gotten any of those inbounds if you were not posting your content. So I'm so proud of you guys. That's awesome. Those are such great wins. And it just goes to show like you don't need to be an influencer to work with these high-end, like big name brands. It still blows my mind, like the opportunities we get. But again, just like posting your content, you never know. So building your personal brand is important for all UGC creators, and that's something that I'm pushing all year. We need to build our personal brand. 2024 is the year of building your personal brand. I think we're leaving in 2023 the fact that UGC creators don't need to post on socials. I think they need to post. But by posting online and building a strong personal brand, here's some ways that it can help you. Helps you stand out from other UGC creators and creators in general. So even by posting your content, like you're going to be able to land opportunities that, again, only influencers we thought would land. You can attract new clients because all it takes is for you to pop up on somebody's For You page and them to like your content. You can build trust and credibility with brands. So even by posting your UGC examples, that can demonstrate the fact that you are an experienced UGC creator and you have collaborations under your belt. I think that also, I see questions. Hold on. 1 second. I will answer your questions in just a second. But building trust and credibility with brands by them seeing you showcase other brands' products in your content, other brands' services in your product, it'll give them a better idea on how their brand, their product can fit into your content as well. Okay, I do see a question. I'll pause for questions if you guys want to ask a couple if you guys have any. Question. What's the difference between an influencer and a UGC creator? If you're saying build personal brand, you would essentially be a personal brand. So the difference between an influencer and a UGC creator is influencers have a very large following, a community that, you know, they've built up through posting online. And basically, influencers work with brands, they do, but they're paid to post content so that it reaches their very large following. Typically, they have like a very trusting following. So a lot of times if an influencer says like, hey, I love this product, go buy it, those people are going to go buy the product. However, UGC creators, we are just contracted to create content for brands. And that brand or that content can be leveraged for marketing reasons. So they can post it on their social media page, they can run it as advertisement, they can put it on their website. And it essentially helps them connect with people who are going to buy their products, who might need their products, who they want to have buy their products. So UGC creators are not we do not have to post the content. We just create it. So that's the difference.
To that? Oh, were you finished talking? Didn't want to catch you. Yeah, so I would say as well, if you're a UGC creator and you're building your personal brand, your audience is other brands, right? Like companies, corporations. Whereas when you're an influencer, your audience is mostly consumers, right? Like people, your average person. And when you're building your personal brand, you're trying to target these business owners or maybe head of marketing, the people who would most likely be your clients. And I would say that's one of the biggest difference in terms of influencer and UGC creator who has a personal brand.
Very good point. Very good point. Um, let's see. I want to make sure there's no other questions. It's really starting to feel like becoming an influencer. I guess I understand the idea, like, it's starting to feel like becoming an influencer. However, influencers are influencers because they have a large following, and the point here is not to grow numbers wise because again, UGC creators, like, the amount of followers you have or the number of followers that you have is not the important part. Um, but if instead of looking at it like you're trying to become an influencer, how about we should look at it as we're finding ways to scale our business. We're finding ways to attract new clients. We're finding ways to find new leads. We're not trying to become influencers. That's not what we're trying to do. So hopefully that, like, I think we have to like do a little bit of a mindset shift, because I'm not saying anything about trying to become an influencer or trying to influence people, or trying to get a large number of followers. It really is supposed to be connecting with the community and allowing people to engage with content and showcasing your skill set, all in the same breath. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going so that we can hopefully like some of your questions get cleared up as we keep going, trucking along here. Okay, so what is your personal brand? What is a personal brand? Personal brand is essentially you. Your skills, your expertise, your unique personality, it all is showcased through the content that you post online. It's what makes you stand out from other content creators, and it helps brands understand who you are and what you do. There's so many ways to go about your personal brand, and it's truly unique to you, at least it should be. I know like the hardest part for me about building my personal brand was like I was looking outward too much. I was trying to see like, okay, what's working in the space? Like, what's trending, like who's popular right now, like what does their personal brand look like, and like how is it. I was trying to see how I could do it for myself, but it's really hard to look at other people and try to see how you can do that for yourself when sometimes we're very different. And I noticed that like a lot of the personal brands I was looking at were of influencers, and again, we're not trying to be influencers, but that is their branding. So let's focus on ourselves and looking inward. And by looking inward, we're really going to focus on like our passions, our interests, things that we like to talk about, and the content that we like to post. Exactly. Just be you. Just be you. So why is it important for you as a UGC creator to build your personal brand? We're not required to post all of the content we create. We know that, but brands are still online and they're still watching. People who work for brands are still swiping on the For You page or still swiping through socials. And if they come across your content and they like your energy and they like how you engage with your audience, they like how you speak about products, they're going to slide in your DMs or in your inbox and they're going to offer to pay you money to create content for them. Um, They want creators who are relatable, trustworthy, and whose content they can see working with their products. A strong personal brand will showcase your various skills across the content that you make. So the content that I create, if you guys follow me on TikTok, then the content I focus on creating is educational. And personally, my target audience is creators. That is my target audience. My target audience is creators and helping creators and providing free value to you guys, because that's the way that I learned how to do UGC. So that's something that I wanted to put back into the community. And I'm able to leverage this as my personal brand because your personal brand is your passions, how you speak about things, your thoughts and opinions. And there's a ton of other UGC creators and there's a ton of other UGC creator coaches. However, I do share, come from a different background than other people. I speak differently than other people. I focus on different niches. I still do post UGC examples so that brands can see like, okay, here's content, with products as well, and they can better visualize their brand in my content. However, I showcase my skill set by speaking to the camera. That's like a really strong skill that I have that I like to leverage and I like to show off because brands want that. They want to leverage that. You can post, different tutorials, you can post vlogs, different things that are going to give brands an idea again on how they can see their product or their brand working in your content. And I always like to say, post the content that you want to get paid to create. You can think of it this way, that a strong personal brand attracts collaborations. It's going to attract inbound opportunities where brands are reaching out to you. It will give you leverage to negotiate better deals, and it opens up doors to opportunities beyond UGC. So, like job opportunities, events, travel opportunities. The opportunities are limitless, and it's really going to be unique to you because, again, your personal brand and what you're showing online, the content you're posting, it's going to attract different people. Like, we all have such cool opportunities that we've gotten from posting online, but they've all been so different because the content that we all post is different. I want to see if anybody had any questions before I keep going. Oh, was I sharing the wrong screen? Am I sharing the wrong one?
Yeah, real quick, let's try and troubleshoot that. So what we're seeing is the personal branding, and you're all the way scrolled to the top.
I'm
You,
so sorry, guys. This is better, huh?
yeah, I think you were like scrolling on a different screen. Was that the case?
That was the case.
Okay, cool. We got it fixed, guys. Don't worry.
So sorry, guys. I know when we're in here, I like didn't know Elliot had this going on last week. When we're in here, it's like I cannot see the comments. But yes, okay, let's see. I know, let's see if there was a couple questions really quickly and I've answered, and then we're gonna kind of discuss how you guys can like brainstorm your own personal branding content. When building your personal brand, is it more paid media ads or organic? That's a really good question. So I would say building your personal brand is going to be organic, right? So you're posting organic content on social media. That is what you're putting out. However, as a UGC creator, if you're posting UGC examples, then you can very much specify if it's an organic or a paid media UGC example. So if you guys see, like whenever I post a UGC example, I really like to focus on paid media UGC because that's the type of content I like to create. That's the type of UGC opportunities that I like to align myself with. And by posting those ones and specifying that they're paid media, I've been able to attract more paid media opportunities. So you can post both. You can totally post both. You can post either. I would suggest doing both if you want to create both types of content for brands. For beginner, for a beginner, would you recommend using your regular personal IG? This is another very common question. Okay, as a beginner, would you recommend using your regular personal IG page to start, or should we be creating separate brand page solely for content? I always recommend that UGC creators create separate UGC accounts across socials. So I just feel like a lot of people starting UGC have not started building a personal brand yet. You might only have your personal page, and a lot of people don't want to post their UGC examples on their personal page. It just either doesn't make sense or they don't want people to see it or whatever, which we do have to get over that. But if it doesn't make sense to be on your personal page, don't post it there. If you start a separate UGC account, then you can, put UGC in your username if you want. You don't have to, but you can put it in your bio, you can put it in your nickname, and those keywords are searchable with SEO. You can post your UGC examples as much as you want and not, feel bad about it. And then that also gives you the platform to explore building your personal brand without having it like overlap with your content that you've already been posting. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. sure we're on the right one. Okay, good. Um, so how do we figure out what content your personal brand consists of? And I've been super excited to kind of share this little exercise with you guys. This is something that I have done with a couple of the creators that I've coached, and it seemed to really help. So here are 3 simple steps that I want you to follow to get a clear idea on your personal brand and what it can look like. It's something that you are going to have to develop. It is something that's going to change over time because, like, we're people, we have different interests, hobbies, different journeys, and like seasons in our life. But start by grabbing a notebook or like your Notion, Notes app, whatever, and just write down like all your interests right now. Your interests, your hobbies, your passions, like things that you could just talk about like all day. Like I could talk about UGC all day long. And recently TikTok Shop has really been front in my brain, like front and center. I can't stop thinking about it and ideas and talking about it. So those are like hot topics for me right now. So just think of it could be anything. It could be anime, it could be Legos, it could be your dogs, it could be anything. Write down a list so like you have all these different options to choose from. And we are going to want to create another list of different styles of content, different types of content that you could create and post that people would potentially enjoy and that you can fit these passions or ideas into. So I would like to say pick 1 to 3 passions. Some people want to niche down, and so they want to pick one passion. I guess you could say my one is UGC. But you can speak about 3 completely different things if you want. Again, this is your personal brand. If you're into playing the guitar and baking cookies and doing UGC, you could talk about all 3 of those things. You totally can. But you're gonna have to test out different styles of content with each of these ideas. And I know that sounds crazy. You're like, test all of these? Yeah. When I started my new TikTok account, I quite literally posted 3 different styles of videos for every single idea I had. And this was so that I could test 3 different styles of content per one idea. And by doing this, over and over and over again, yes, it was a lot of content to put out. However, I was able to very easily see, like, okay, I posted vlogs, I posted really short trends, and then I posted like 3 green screen videos, and my green screen videos performed really, really well. So I'm gonna keep posting green screen videos, or keep like maximizing off those. Those are just these are different ways that you can show up online and potentially like input your passion, different settings, I guess you could say, different styles of content that you can present these ideas in. And the more content that you put out, the more that you test, it's going to help you get to your mousetrap faster soon. This is like a very common term that we use in this on the Social Gem team. You guys will hear it a lot now that you're part of this Discord. Your mousetrap is really that like that content idea that really sticks. It's that one that you can like replicate over and over, and it's really, you know, it's going to perform well for you. You always want to like try and make it better, obviously, but there are definitely like certain types of videos that I can create that I know are gonna perform well for my audience. Um, and yes, so I urge you guys to make a list of all these different content styles and also actually try them because there are some like I used to not like making vlogs at all, but I tested it out. People liked people liked watching them, but also I started to figure out that I actually really liked making them. And that's not something that I would have thought that I loved. So again, just test it out, just try it. You won't know until you do. And your comment section is gonna equate unlimited content ideas. Okay, people love to ask questions, they love to give their 2 cents, they love to share their own experiences. So I like to specifically use questions in my comment section to make like more content ideas off of. So if somebody has a question, it's like I'm going to answer it in a whole new video. But you also can just use like comments. Again, you can prompt people like um down in the comments, like leave me your favorite UGC opportunity so far, just like I had you guys do. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below, and then you know people can go leave you questions. And if you get 3 questions, that might be 3 different videos for you. Here are some things to remember. Be authentic. This is something that's like really, really big as a UGC creator. Be authentic. Be yourself. The more personality you show, the better. It is hard to do. I will say, like, I've been doing this for a year now, and I was not big on socials before, but like I feel like I'm finally starting to like actually let my personality show more to you guys, which is great. But like again, like just not being so rigid and like just sharing more with of yourself will help people relate to you, and it will help you again build your personal brand, because people will start to correlate you with certain things like Red Bulls. um Create high quality content, so showing off your skills but also making sure that you're putting out quality content while doing so. I really wanted to put this in here because sometimes when we are trying to like push out a lot of content, I know that I was posting 2 reels every single day for the longest. It was a lot of content to be putting out, and like sometimes the quality of my content did lack because I was trying to push out so much and like post so frequently. So just like be mindful of that. Sometimes posting more frequently is going to get you like more engagement, and it is going to get you more results. However, sometimes it's not. Sometimes hard work is just more hard work. Recently, like the Instagram algorithm changed. I noticed I was still posting twice a day and I wasn't growing any extra. So I am scaling down and I'm doing a test. So now I'm posting just once a day and kind of seeing if it affects my audience at all, if it affects my reach. Um, Engaging with your audience. Engaging with your audience is not only going to help you connect and relate to people more, it is going to help push your content out because it's showing more engagement on your actual post. But, just remember, even the biggest influencers are still in their comment section replying. So reply to people. I know it's a lot sometimes, but you can at least go like their comment or send a little heart or something. And again, it will benefit you. Remember that personal Oh, sorry. Staying consistent. Let me just skip over staying consistent. We don't need that. Um, no, stay consistent. You guys don't have to post twice a day. I know I said that I was doing that. You guys don't have to do that. You guys don't even have to post once a day. But whatever your frequency of posting is, if it's 5 times a week, show up every week, 5 times a week. Be consistent. It is only going to benefit you. And the more that you do it, the more consistent you are, it's just going to become a habit. It's just going to become second nature to you. And again, if you're feeling burnt out, or if you feel like the quality of your content is lacking a little bit, just make sure that you are making adjustments on your end, because you don't want to burn yourself out, and you don't want the quality of your content to go down, because that will affect your personal brand as well. And remember that personal branding is a journey. It is not a destination. One of my favorite phrases to say, like as a UGC creator, specifically when people ask me, like, is UGC oversaturated? I'm like, no, it never will be. I'm always going to be somebody's target audience. So I'll always be able to make UGC. I love to tell people that. But if you flip it and think about it like personal branding, somebody's always going to relate to you. Like, no matter how weird you think you are, or like how like, oh, I'm sure nobody else has experienced this. I'm sure somebody else has had the exact same experience. And you'll never know if you don't post about it and talk about it. So just post. Don't be so rigid in the things that you share. Obviously, if you posting online can be vulnerable. So be mindful of what you share, but don't overthink like, oh, I don't think people will like that. I don't think people will relate, because you're not even giving people an opportunity to when you think that way. And let yourself evolve. I feel like a lot of people will like niche down and really stick to like one thing, which is fine if that works for you. However, we're people, we grow, we change, our interests change. Let that show in your content. And I'm sure people will be just as excited to watch as you are to share. And really quick, before I ask if there's any more questions, I just want to remind everybody that you do not have to build your personal brand around coaching UGC, sharing UGC tips, or anything like that. You can just post your UGC examples, and then the rest of your personal brand can be anything else, literally anything else. You totally can build your personal brand around UGC as well. It's totally up to you, but I just don't want people to feel like if I'm seeing success doing this, that you have to also, because that's not the case. But before I give you guys some like examples of what personal branding can look like in the content specific to certain like niches or yeah, I guess like different niches. Do you guys have any questions? Are you supposed to have a specific niche when you're a beginner at UGC to grow? I would say no. I highly suggest that you guys do not niche down. I would say in the UGC services and like the niches that you're offering to create content in, I would never niche down. Because if you think about it, like we use so many different products throughout the day. But if you mean like actually posting on content and building your personal brand, I would again post content across the board. I post the content that I want to get paid to create. So I make sure that I post UGC examples for apps and for pets and for skincare and all these different things because I want brands to know that I can create content for anything. So you can niche down. I've had creators who wanted to start UGC and build their personal brand, and they really love health and wellness. You can still offer your UGC services and still create content for a wide variety of niches while only posting UGC examples on your social media pages that fit your niche, if that makes sense. So if you guys want to be a health and wellness creator and you want that to be your personal brand, but you also want to do UGC, you can totally build your personal brand around health and wellness and post UGC examples that are just health and wellness. But on your portfolio, you might have, variety of niches, different types of content and things like that. Can I talk about the main differences? Okay, so I definitely do see questions. I see your question about paid media and organic. I think it's definitely something we can cover in another masterclass, but today we're going to stick to personal branding. So you don't want to niche down, but you love posting about travel, so you don't know. See, and there are a couple things that you can do. Again, you can I feel like travel can be you can really make travel a wide niche. I feel like. Um, I feel like you can make it a very wide niche. And if you want to have a travel page and then you want to have a second other page, you can do that too. I know it can be a lot, but you guys can do it all if you want. You just are gonna have to find how. Okay, well, when I think about the travel niche, like think about when you're going on a trip somewhere, right? Like you have airfare, maybe you have a car rental, maybe you're finding like attractions to go see, tours, um, maybe there's museums, restaurants. Like these are all things you could do UGC for. But again, it doesn't all have to be UGC focused. So maybe you can do like how you pack your bag for a trip. So maybe like packing for a trip or even unpacking for a trip, because that's my least favorite part. But maybe you can make it fun. Maybe if it's somewhere that you visited before, you can do like a whole like things that I would go do at this location if I had never been before. You can talk about the
Yeah.
people there, you can talk about the culture there. Like I feel like there's a lot of different things that you can do with travel.
Yeah, one of our in-house creators